हरिः ओं कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति पराङ्गतिं जयत्यतिबलो रामः लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेण विपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य क्लिष्टकर्मणः हनुमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिफलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रहरतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्दयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्तो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसां नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय। नमः सभायै रामायण लाइफ मैनेजमेंट लेक्चर सीरीज में it is like an adbhut for me. Today is 95th in-person sitting. You see, Das never thought that there will be such an interest. Of course, Maruti Rai listens, but even to have a handful, sustained commitment matters. To have this many and come to 95th sitting is iski meherbani. Dhanya ho. Vidhuya shokam, give up sorrow. It's a very important thing. So much samyam we are going to see. Vidhuya dukkham iti vishaye charcha. Ayodhya Kand mein we are where the Sumantara, the Suta Mantri, the charioteer as well as the Mantri comes to Dasarath and tells what happened. We are also going to see very few people touch upon the text of Vyasa. Without Vyasa, there is no Hari Kirtanam. We have people model here who have recited 2.5 hours of Sundarakand Manas. Dhanyo. Why? It is because of the importance of Hari Kirtanam. Kaler doshanide rajan. Don't worry. Asti eko vai mahan gunaha. This place is full of sorrow. Vidhuya shokam. But Vyas, Sukha Brahma, Vyas Sukh se, Sukh ke Mukhvani se bolta hai. Kaler dukkha nide, dosha nide, either way. Dosha nide rajan. Asti hi eko mahan gunaha. क्या है इस दोष में, इस दुख संसार में क्या है? कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य. पुष्टि संप्रदाय तो कृष्ण ही परमात्मा मानते हैं, हम तो राम. कीर्तनादेव रामस्य मुक्त संग. हाउ यू गेट डिवाइड ऑफ ऑल दीज बॉन्डेजेस? मुक्त संग परमं व्रजेत. कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य मुक्त संग परमं व्रजेत. So we are doing this kirtan, Hari Kirtan, Ramayan Kirtan for 95th hour. We are today 95th hour, 3 years. To have this consistency is a yajna. And Brahma ji bolte hain यावत् तास्यन्ति गिरयः सरितश्च महीतले तावत् रामायण कथा लोकेषु प्रचरिष्यति. Of all the places, amidst all these heavy पाश्चिम मद का इतना heavy देश में, amidst कॉटन कार्पास केत के मध्य में ये टेम्पल इतना अद्भुत, उसमें 3 साल चर्चा. तावद यावद गिरयः यावद सरिता. As long as the hills are there, as long as the rivers are flowing, तावद रामायण कथा लोकेषु प्रचरिष्यति. The other way, यावत रामायण कथा तास्यति Tavat saritaha tavat giraya. As long as Ramayana, Brahma says this Ramayana Katha will be there, which is Pratyaksha. Today we are there, 95th. Right? So Ramayana will be there as long as the hills are there, trees are there, Lubbock is there, HTL is there, fine. But the other way, this world will be there as long as Ramayana is, you reverse it. Yavat tyasyanti Ramayana katha tavat saritascha mahitale. That is why yesterday there was जितुबाई ने बोला that 2.5 years इतना कुछ इतना उत्साह से उन्होंने बोला. So that is important. So this is what we are. We vidhuya shokam. 1 hour we come. Even for Paramatma Rama, even for Krishna, everybody say, you are a chore, makana nakabo, you are a chore. Nobody praised him. Right from his youth, all the way when he went to Dham at 120 years, everybody were criticizing him. Ye to kaan pakarta tha. But where are we? Nobody can say that I am very happy all the time. This 1 hour, tell me, trust me, touch your heart and tell me. You may have all this stock market up and down. You people are good in Vanijya, up and down. Things doesn't work. But 1 hour, yesterday, 2.5 hours, you forgot everything. That Goshti, people were drumming, people were Millie and Jitubai, Dina Boy, Behen, all, in a way they didn't dance, whatever the YouTube Prabhuji name mujhe beja. But for that it would have been such a mahat kolahal. See, that is important. That is what they have created, this Kirtan. So what happens? He comes. So we are going to even see Vyasa Vakya. Without Vyasa Vakya, Kali mein kuch bhi nahi. So what happened? Purvakata sankrahascha maturagyam Bahan murdhna malamiva mahayashaha vanaya ramaha vavraja jagatam avanaya cha. So what has happened? Maturagnya. He didn't even say Pituragnya. This is Boja, Kalidasa Champu. Maturagnya, as if it is like a mala. You get a mala, what you do? Immediately you put in your syrup. Maturagyan bahan murdhna malamiva mahayasha. He is a mahayasha. Everybody but for Valmiki, they only praised Rama as a Mahayasha. Tulsidas says nothing else than he is Paramatman. And Vyasa says he is an embodiment of Veer, Kshatram. Ramo Dasarathir Bhishma Vakya. Bhishma Rajaspata Stotram mein Bhishma praises Ram. Ramo Dasarathir Bhutva Pulasya Kulanandana Jagana Ravanam Sankhe Tasmai Kshatratmane Nama. Vyasa made sure that we recognize Rama as a great warrior, great Purusha. Second is Manushya. When through the mouth of Paramapujaniya Bhishma, he says, Ramo Dasarathir Bhutva Pulasya Kulanandana Jagana Ravanam Sankhe Tasmai Ksatra. You are the embodiment of Veera. Kshatratmane Kshatram. Kshatratmane Namaha. So what did he do? Mahayashaha. Kalidasa also says Mahayashaha. Maturagyan Bahan Murda Malamiva Mahayashaha. Vanaya Ramo Vavraja Jagatam. To make this world free from all the ills and evils, to make this world as to deforest in a better way, so that dharma is always the Jagatam Avanayacha. So he says, then Vyasa brings another sentence. Tatastoktam pitaram Ramaha Vijnaya Viryavan. See, where does this come? Ramayan, Ramopakyan comes in Vanaparva. So, it happens in Sindhurajika Adipati Jayadratha. So, can you believe? He takes Krishna Paramatma, Bhandi karta hai. When these Pandavas were sent to Vana, after second time Dhyuta, they have been in the Vana. Because they have been asked to go 12 years, so they are wandering the Vana. And Krishna often comes and other Munis come. Once it happened that Jayadratha, the Rajyadipati of Sindhu Desha, he takes Draupadi as Bhandi. And Krishna goes to, and Krishna also, this is his Maya. He himself get bonded. Then Arjuna and all these Pandavas go, and with the blessing, Krishna is laughing. So with his blessing, they relieved Draupadi. Then he comes, but Dharma, Yudhishthira has a pain. Why we are 5 people, mighty Pandavas. In spite of that, our wife was taken as a bondage. Then all of a sudden, Markandeya, Nitya Chiranjeevi Maharishi comes. Always Goshti. Kirtan, Hari Kirtan, Goshti. And Markandeya, Yudhishthira asks, hey Maharishi, tell me, if there was anybody who had given their wife like this to bondage, hey Rajan, I am going to tell the katha of a Mahapurusha. He was known as Rama, Dasarath. So don't think that at least Draupadi came back quickly. Not even 1 year. Whereas this Ram was wandering in the forest for 14 years. And his wife was gone for nearly 1 year. Nobody knew what happened. So this is part of the life. So vidhuya shokam, get rid of sorrow. You are not the first one to experience sorrow. This is kala chakra. Tataha tatoktam pitaram. Then I'll tell you the story. He went to forest. He took upon himself, because he was a mighty warrior. He could have quashed Bharata. Bharata would not have done anything against Ram. But katha sake, he was a mighty warrior, he could have done that, but for Satya Paripalan ke liye Vyasa bolta hai, this Ramayan came into existence because of the own doing of Rama. That is Ayodhya Kanda. That is the reason Ayodhya Kanda is called as Dharma Kanda. Tataha tatoktam pitaram Ramaha Vijnaya Viryavan Vanam Prataste Dharmatma Vyasa Vakyam. The entire Ayodhya Kanta, only 32 letters, he finishes. Tataha, afterward, Tataha Mangala Vachakaha Saukyadayaka. He tells, hey Markandaya, all this he was born and then he married Janakanandini, all that is fine. But the importance of Ramayana is Tataha. Afterwards, Mangala. This is, can you believe this Ayodhya Kanda they are saying as a Mangala? Everywhere is Amangala. But that is what Mangala. Otherwise there is no Ramayan. We won't eulogize him. Tataha tatoktam pitaram Ramaha Vijnaya Pitaram Vijnaya. After being told by his father, Viryavan Ramaha kya kiya? Vanam prataste dharmatma. Kiske liye? Raja Satyaha Bhavatiti. Raja, let the Raja be a Satyavan. That is the reason he took upon himself the Mahavira Mahayashaha, became a Dharmatma. Tamanva Gachati Lakshmivan Danumal Mal Lakshmanastata Sita Cha Bharya Bhadram Te Vaidehi Janakatmaja. Markandeya praises Bhadram Te Janakatmaji. महालक्ष्मी भद्रम ते कौन है? लक्ष्म्या सह ऋषिकेशो देव्या कारुण्य रूपया रक्षकः सर्व सिद्धान्ते वेदान्ते अपि च गीयते. लक्ष्म्या सह ऋषिकेशः कारुण्य रूपया. She is Mahalakshmi Dhanya ho. So this is what happened. Purvakata. Then he asked Sumantara, tell me what happened. Well, we are all papis. We all done wrong. Once upon a time, few days back, hey Maharajan, beautifully, there was a Arundhati ka Bharta. Vasishta ji had one desire. But can you believe Vasishta's vow and Vasishta's word came false? Can you believe? ये मेरा गोत्र का पूर्वज माइतो कौंडिन्य वासिष्ठ गोत्र वासिष्ठ मैत्रावर्ण कौंडिन्य. हमारे गोत्र में ही राम का उत्पन्न वशिष्ठ गोत्र. क्षत्रिय को गुरु गोत्र ही गोत्र. Anyway, धन्यवाद. So he says, can you believe the Vasishta words became falsehood? Why? There is a Daiva Rahasya. If Vasishta's word has not come false, tomorrow he did Panchang and he said tomorrow Madhyana Kala mein अभिजित मुहूर्त में राम का यवराज्य पट्टाभिषेक होगा. सर्व कार्यक्रम शुरू किया. Then people will ask, well, what is Vasishta? He has been with 48 generations, 38 to 40 generations. He has been a Kulaguru. Who is he? Nothing but Brahmadev ka putra. Can you believe? It happened. That is Deva. Vasishta knows. That is why he kept on that muhurta, so that Yavarajya Pattabhisheka will not happen, so that the person called Ravan will be quelled, Ramayan will be there, that Mangala Ghata will be sung everywhere. Giyate That is Vedanta. Sarva Vedanta apicha giyate. Dhanyo, I heard Vedanta got into Berkeley. Mangalani Santu. Rakshakaha sarva siddhante Vedante cha api giyate. That is the reason Vasishta's word came falsehood. So we all expected Vasishta. Beautiful. Boja says, Devaha tvattanayasya kuntalabharam kshiraihi swadhenudbhavaihi sektum nalam arundhati patihi. Arundhati patihi, Vasishta thought that he is going to milk his own cow, Kamadhenu. उसकी क्षीर से राम का पट्टाभिषेक होगा, ऐसा ही उसका काम्य था, मनोकाम्य. देवः ये राजन्ये त्वत्तनयस्य कुंतलभरम. Kuntalabharam means alakabharam. These hairs, braided hairs. Rama has one of the beautiful hairs. देवः त्वत्तनयस्य कुंतलभरम क्षीरैहि स्वधेनूद्भवैहि स्वधेनु. He wanted to do everything. Can you believe Vasishta wanted to milk and then take the kshira? That didn't happen. I'll tell you the story. We are going to bring Samyam between Mahabharata, hear one story and watch another story. We'll finish. Devaha tvattanayasya kuntalabharam kshiraihi swadhenu bhavaihi sektum nalam arundhati patihi abhutatmam abhishekotsave arundhati pati ka yahi manokamya tha. वो सफल नहीं हुआ. sektum na, it never happened. But what happened? भक्त के लिए ये भक्त पराधीन, ये भक्त निषादराज गुह्यक, उसके हाथ से ये क्षीर, कैसा क्षीर? Negroda kshir, banyan tree. So forget it. We all thought that we are going to, Vasishta is going to come, all the Veda Ghosh, Dhruvante Raja Varuno, Dhruvandevo Brihaspati, Dhruvanta Indrascha Agnischa Rashtan Dharayatam Dhruvam. Beautiful mantra, Yajurveda mantra. Going to do that. It didn't happen. Who is he? Paramatma. He is Mriduhu, Dayaluhu, Vashi, Vadanyaha, Gunavane, Rujuhu, Suchihi, Mriduhu, Maduraha, Samasta Kalyana Gunam Bodhadihi. 12 characters. Vashi, he attracted Guha. He attracted Valmiki. He attracted everybody. Vashi, Vadanyaha, Vadanya mane Mridu Bhashi. Vashi, Vadanyaha, Gunavane, Kaisa Guna, Sheela Guna, Guhu se. Rakshasendra se, then everybody, Shabari se, he is mixed with everybody. Vadanya, Gunavan, Gunamane, Shil, Saushilya. So because of that, he made sure that Guha brings the kshira of Negrodra, that banyan tree, and then he baited his hair. Sikto hanta sa yesha maitili sutava bashpodakotpadakaihi. When we could not do that, two things happened. Maitili was crying in Anand bashpa. Maitili ki aankh se barti, umarti rehti. Because so the Ram's feet was wetted by Maitili's tears. बाष्पोदको कोत्पादकैहि. किधर से? आंख से उत्पन्न हुआ वो आंख से उत्पन्न हुआ वो जल से राम का अभिषेक हुआ. महालक्ष्मी अभिषेक करती है. न्यग्रोदक्षरितैहि जटाम. Then Guha comes. न्यग्रोदक्षरितैहि, the milk of banyan tree. Jatam rachayitum क्षीरैहि nishadadritaihi. What a beauty! Hey Ram, what is your karuna? Vasishta, everybody fell at his feet. Even Ram used to do cleaning, marjan in Vasishta. Arundhati ka utensils wash karte the. That didn't happen. Mata was crying. There came Guha. Kshirair nishadat kritaihi. From his heart, Rachayit, he baited his hair. Can you believe? That's what happened. Then he said, oh, this ha Rama Ramanuja ha Vaidehi tapasvini namam janita dukkena mriyamanam anatu. Oh, this happened. That is the reason. When he was 10 years old, कृष्ण का पट्टाभिषेक हुआ. He was not even put यज्ञोपवीत. वो जनुविदारी नहीं था उस समय. Krishna was not then. Then only he goes to Sandipini after 15 years. When he was, this happened 10th year, so he lifted this Govardhan. That is why they do Govardhan Parikrama. Left hand. Then he lifted 7 days. What happened? Immediately, Devamata comes and tells Indra, hey Indra, do this for me. Go, milk from Kamadhenu and bring Swarna Ghat. And Devamata, Atithi, takes that Swarna Gata, and all Brihaspati, Brahma, Sabhi log Veda Ghosh karte the. They wouldn't keep their feet on the ground. But they came down because Prabhu is there. Then Devamata, upon her instruction, she herself poured the kheer on Vasudeva. That is the only Pattabhishek Sri Krishna had. That is Govardhana Pattabhishekam, Govinda Pattabhishekam. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. That is the reason Govinda naam hi itna mahatva. Krishna ka ki uska pasand naam kya to Govinda. That's all. So this has happened. So then we couldn't do it. Look at this. That Guha did it. Danyaho ha Rama Anujaha ha Vaidehi tapasvani namam. I am going to die. This much has happened to my son. How I have taken care of him like anything. Oh, what happened? Avo Mara Rama Kuvara Sukumara Mari Agnya Kona Palasere Kona Chalavase Raja Vyavahare Vaidehi Kyangaire Sundara Champaka Kali Sukumar Avo Meri Mavadire Avo. He cried and cried and cried. Then this lady says, hey Raja, it is because of your fault. Beautiful Sarga. You made this happen. Now you book the phala. Nata sumaji mana kariu bichari Rama biyog payodi apar. You made this happen. The sorrow of the separation. The separation between Ladla Ram and Sita is like a ocean. Karanadar tum. You are the sutradhar. You made this happen. Karanadar tuma. Who is suffering? Avad. This country, this log is suffering. Avad jajaju jahaj. Avad is like a boat wobbling here and there in this misery ocean of separation. Jadevu sakala. What is the result? All the people are going to sink. Nata sumaji mana kariyu bichar Rama biyog payodi. Biyog payodi apar. This payodi is apar, this biyog is apar. Karanadhar sutradhar tum. Karanadhar tum avad jahaju chedavu sakala priya patika samad. The entire samaj is suffering. But what can happen? The one thing is have faith in the Supreme. What is the war? The war is nothing but surrender at His feet. Dheeraj darivuta paiya par nahi ta budihi sabu pariva. Keep faith. Dheeraj daravu. Vyakhyanakarta says, Dheeraj mane uske paas vishwas. Mahatva vishwas. Keep the faith. Jaunjiya darivu bhinaya piyamori. If you do that, take total surrender in Him, we will see this avad. Ram lakan siya milahi bahori. In the short time, if you keep faith, you may not get the answer immediately, but there will be always positiveness. You keep faith in Him. Because why He doesn't give? You ask, go to Venkatesh and say, give me $100,000. He might give if you work hard for it. But then you may ask, why I am not getting it? You will get it if you work hard for it because you have taken refuge in Him. But already your pap karma has been flowing. You have to bear that brunt first. But when you take surrender in Him, that heaviness will be slowly eased. Jaunjiya dharivu. When you keep that faith, when you do that dharana, if you get that dharana sakti, Ramu lakana siya milahi bahori, you will see, hey Rajan, don't give up. She says like that. Then he listens. Then he says, but still, hiska paap na, ye to bhugna padega. Rama Rama kahi Rama kahi, Rama Rama kahi Rama. I have not seen Tulsidas in one dohe putting these two akshara like that. Rama Rama kahi Rama kahi Rama Rama tanu parihari raghubar biravu. He was slowly losing his. Then Kausalaya Mata was waiting at the bedside. Oh, what is happening? Tataha bhuta upasritva iva vepamana punah punaha dharanyam gata satva iva Kausalya sutam abravichi tataha. This is the most bone-melting sarga. Husband is going to die. Son is gone somewhere. Nobody respects her. She is going to be at the whims of Kaikeyi. Look at this mother's plight. But this Sutta, he says, give up sorrow. Sorrow is part of life. Give it up. Vidhuya shokam. Ye mata. Vidhuya shokam. This is what we are. Why did he say this? Who was he? He was a Sutta. He was a minister. But what is the action he is doing now? He was doing the work of a charioteer and a messenger. So what does it say? Ashochya anvashochatvam prajnavadamsha bhashase gatasum agatasumscha na anushochanti pandita. The same sutta. What did Sumantara say? Look at this. Ramayana is nothing but Gita. Gita is nothing but Ramayana. Ramayana is nothing but Shastra. Ramayana is nothing but Mahabharata. Where did Vyasa get this? Of course, this is Satya. But still there should be some Purva Paksha. Na? Where did Vyasa get this thought that Sutta is going to give this kind of a bhashanam? There, Ram was listening via his father. Here, Arjuna was listening, Krishna was telling. There, a Sutta was telling and the whole world was listening in Ramayana because it is in a different yuga. Yajan Tretayam Dwapare Archayan. It was such a pious thing. So, Yajan Dhyayan Krite Yajan Tretayam Dwapare Archayan Yadapnoti Tadapnoti Kalau Sankirtya Kesavam. So, it was in that yuga, your Suta's word is as good as the word of Paramapita. So, Krishna was a Sutta. He was a charioteer for Arjuna. Sumantara was a charioteer for Rama. See the reversal. No Kathavachak has brought this simile. We do here. मेरा बाप ने लिखा, इसलिए मैंने करता हूँ. HCL में ऐसा. क्या दो सूत का वाक्य भाषण हुआ? What did there in the Treta Yuga, Sumantara is telling to the world, Vidhuya shokam. Parihrishta manasa. Get control of the body. Manas. Parihrishta. Can you believe? In Treta Yuga, a Sutta, an ordinary man. But he is not an ordinary man. Sumantara, don't take him lightly. He used to have conversation with Sanaka, Sanantana, Sanatana. He used to, in Bhalakanta it comes, he used to have such kind of interaction with those Urdharetas. Sanaka, Sanakadi. He used to converse. So that is why he is telling, hey Mata, hey Dasarath, hey Dev, Vidhuya shokam, Parihrishta. Control your sense, Parihrishta manasa. Same thing. Krishna in Dwapara Yuga says, Gita begins, Ashochya anvashochatvam prajna vadamsha bhashase. Ashochya. Where Vidura, Sumantara says, Vidhuya shokam. Don't worry. Here, Ashochya. We are thinking about things which we should not think and worry about. Ashochya anvashosatvam. Tvam. Ashochya anvashosatvam. Don't think about things. Hey Arjuna, you talk as if you are a learned man. Prajna vadamsha bhashase. But sthita prajna, those people who have knowledge about Swa-atma, those people who have knowledge about Paramapita, who Sumantara had it, Vidura had it, Akrura had it, Uddhava had it, Gopastri had it. See Samyam? So this sutta is telling to the whole world, Prakrishta manasa, make yourself control, make yourself manas happy. If you have manas happy, everything. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asit matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtitaha. Second sarga. So gata soon, we are worried about those people who are sthita prajna, who have gotten Lord in their mind. Like Vidura, they are Tirtha Purushas. They don't care. Gata soon, agata sumscha. na anushocanti pandita. Similarly, Sumantara says, Vidhuya shokam parihrishta manasa. Hey Mata, hey Dev, don't worry. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pujayate sangat sanjayate kama. The one you are having is attachment. Hey Raja, hey Mata, you are having attachment for things we should not have attachment. Have attachment to the Lord. The attachment to the Lord is known as devotion. The attachment to other things is delusion. Can you believe? This is Shastra. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pujayate sangat sanjayate kamaha. More of attachment. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Attachment. If you get attached. Kamat krodha abhijayate. From krodha comes all the agitatedness. That's what happened to Kaikeyi. This Kutila Buddhi, Kuni, Mantara was giving some bad advice. But then she got into mood of anger, delusion. So she could not think between good and bad. Ramayana happened. Atmanyeva Atmana Tuttaha, second Sarga, Sankhya Yoga. That's why Gita Patan mein, if there is any Atma going to the Dham, Vaikuntha Dham, you recite second Sarga, Sankhya Yoga. Karmanye 247. Karmanye vadikaraste mahapaleshu kadachana. If you do your duty well, Arjuna, why are you worrying about? Because there is going to be a reaction. Newton came later and said every action has a reaction. Fine. That Bhagavad Gita proclaimed long time back. Karmanye vadikaraste shuddha karma. Atma says shuddha karma kijiye. Whether it is building 10 motels, fine. Or doing this Hindu temple, donating money like you all do. Do it with good. It's very difficult said and done. But try. Karmanye vadikaraste ma pal. It doesn't mean that God says you do the work and no pala will come. Abhadda. If you do good, why are you worried? It has to pour 10 times. Karmanye vadikaraste atmanye vatmana tushtaha. If you have, okay, I got only this. Hey Lord, let me work tomorrow. Give me more. Ask. Then you become sthita prajna. Atmanye vatmana tushtaha sthita prajna tadochyuta. Hey Arjuna, he is the one who is able to control Viduya Shokam. He is going to pour. See, the Gita began not only by Krishna. Gita began by Rama. We will see that he is going to pour out how to rule the land, how to act as a man. Rama Gita. He is going to even preach to Vasishtha, Jabali. Can you believe? Rama is going to, we are coming very close. 60th Sarga, 138 Sarga, 68 Sarga, more than half we have covered in Ayodhya. If you cover Ayodhya Kanda, everything will run. Because this is where the core is. So, hey Mata, she is rolling. Nayamam. Hey, I want to go. Because what is that? The kama, the separation is basically devotion. Whereas the separation we have is delusion. But why should we worry when somebody is going abroad to study? At least now you have WhatsApp, Instagram. When I went abroad 4 years, I couldn't go back to India. Only 10 rupees mail we used to write. Gone are those days. That's where I studied Shakespeare and improved my English. That's a different story. Everything, see, today I am able to write like that is because of my time there. I never went to India. I didn't know. Once in a while we phone. Gone are those days. So she just fell and her state, Valmiki says, because this woman is delusional. So Bhoot came, Bhoot pakad. Bhoota upasrishtva iva vepamana kampamana punah punah. Then this Sumantara is going to give the Gita. This is nothing but Paramatma speaking via, he is only a Vyajam. Sumantara is an instrument. But who is the one that is telling? Rama is telling. Nayamam, hey Sumantara, you are my guru. That is the reason in Vaishnava Sampradaya, whether it is a Gauda Sampradaya, or it is a Putti Marga, or Nimbakar Marga, or even this ISKCON, they have to have an initiation by a guru. Saiv mein aisa nahi. Because you have to go through a person who will give you refuge, and he is going to take all the burden of your Papa Karma. That's why Guru. I am not a guru, you should not fall at my feet. It's pop for me. Nayamam, please, hey Sumantara, take me to the Lord. Like Devahuti, like Atiti, Kausalaya is such a Pavitra Mata. In Tamil it says, Mannupugar Kausalaitan Maniva Iruvaitavane. Ram was begot by a lady with such an adhar. That Garbha is such a pious, most pious Kausalya. So she is crying to the Guru like Sumantara, hey Sumantara, take me. Nayamam yatra kakutsa Sita yatra Lakshmana. Because you have to take refuge according to Vaishnava Sampradaya, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, you have to take refuge only in the presence of Mataji. Lakshmya saha rishi ke rishi mane bhuvachakaha. The one who takes care of the world is always consorted by Mahalakshmi. His power comes via Lakshmi. Lakshmya saha rishi kesa devya karunya roop. That karunyam to the Lord comes via Sri Mahalakshmi. So, Nayamam yatra kakutsa Sita yatra cha Lakshmana tanvina kshanamapi atra jivitam na utsahehi aham. I am not interested in living anymore until you take me to Rama. Who is Rama? The pati of Sita. Nivartaya ratam shigram dandakane nayamam. You should have that twari. You should have that push to go to the Lord. That's why two slokas, take me to the Lord, take me to the Lord, take me, Pandaripur le chalo, Pandaripur le chalo mujhe. Sukacha Pandari, even if Chandrabhag, Sukacha, Chandrabhag, Sukacha, Pandari, this is Sukha place. Tukaram says Sukacha Pandari. That is Sukh. Then you say, I want to go for the Prabhata. Uta Pandari Charaja Bhadavela Jala Tava Vaishnavancha Dhari Darshanasiya. You have to go take a dip in Chandrabhag and the Prabhata Sheva you should be, because I should be the first one among all. Tava Darshanancha Vaishnavanchala. All the Vaishnavas have came, but I should be the Prathama one. That should be there. Varkari. Gorakumbu. Nivartaya ratam shikram dhandakane nayamamapi athatane na anugachami. If I am not going there, atatan, and I should follow him, bring him back, anugachami. Devko, my follow karna. We have to follow everything in this three anushtup. Valmiki put it, Shastra. Vaishnava Sampradaya here. Athatane na anugachami. If we don't follow the Lord, you have to follow Surya, Lord. So the shadow and all the beasts try to chase you, but it will never catch you. Watch it tomorrow. But when the Surya, in the morning, if you are walking against the sun, you will be chasing the shadow. So if you go away from Surya, Deya Sada Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasijasana Sannim. Who is the Antaryami? Lord Krishna Ram. Deya Sada Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasijasana Sannivittaha Kayuravan Makara Kuntalavan Kiriti Hari Ranyavapu Drita Sankachakraha. So he is nothing but the Antaryami is nothing but who? Krishna. Kayuravan Makara Kuntalavan Kirita Hari Drita Sankachakraha. Can you believe the Supreme is nothing but playing in my mud? So, Dhanyo Gopastriko. So he says, Nivartaya ratam shikram dandakane nayamamapi atatane na anugachami gamishyami yamakshayam. That is the place where it will always kshaya hota hai. Everything is disappearing in Yamalok. Nothing good. Yamakshayam bhashpave gaupahataya chavacha samjamanaya idam aswasayan devim sutaha pranjali rabravit. Sumantra Gita shuru hota hai. Bashpavega upataya cha vacha sanjama. She was like a Deena lady. Hey, when you are going to before Lord, what you should do? Give up everything. Who was Kausalaya? She was the queen of the southern Kausala Desha. So when she sent Ma Sita, we'll see that she gave ornaments to Ma Sita, not from Dasarath, from her own mother place. She brought that much bandar. In fact, she was equally rich as equal to Dasarath, because she was the queen of southern Kausala Desha, Dakshina Kausala Desha, hence her name Kausalya. So she cries when you go before God, Na chatma vedi na bhaktiman. You should say, I don't know anything. Na atma vedi na bhaktiman twas charanara vinde. I don't know anything. Karpanya, I am a kripana, I am nothing. Charanara vinde. I have come to take refuge in you. If you do that, give up your ego, give up everything. Tata tasmaat vadhyannapi prapannam na pratiprayachanti. Veda says the Lord will give you refuge. Tasmaat prapannam na pratiprayachanti. Even if you are done agora papa. But then when you realize that Kakasura, that is the reason. When you realize, we will see that in Sundarakanda, they would have read yesterday. Kakasura Vrittanta comes in Sundarakanda. So you give up everything and ego and take refuge in the Lord. He will forgive you even if you have done Pancha Mahapatak. But that Shuddha Atma should come. That is difficult to come. All those are difficult in Kali. That is the reason come to satsang like this. And recite Hari Naam, Hari Bol, Bashpa Vega Upatahaya Chavacha Sajjamanaya. So she was like a Deena, Kausalya. She says she is doing the act of a Prapanna. The Prapanna who takes refuge, who takes Sharanagati, Sajjamanaya. Very humble. Hey Sumantara, can you believe? Hey Sumantara, Naya Mam Ka Kutsa, take me to the Lord. Idam Aswasayan Devim Sutaha Pranjali Rabravit Tyaja Shokam. This is Gita begins. Tyaja Shokam Cha Moham Cha Sambramam Dukka Jayam Tada. Tyaja Shokam. Kyom Shoka aata hai? Moh se aata hai, delusion se aata hai. You are keeping attachment to things. Why? You have to keep attachment to Ram. But Ram is going there to do Dharma Paripalan. Then why are you keeping attachment? He is supreme. You should be proud of begotten Him. Tyaja Shokam. This Shokam comes how? Hey Maharani, this Shokam comes because of unwanted Moha. Then, if you keep this moha and you have shoka, the prolonged, they call it acute and they call it chronic. So, the acute dukkha is shokam. Chronic dukkha is dukkam. Acute sorrow is shokam. Chronic, for a long time, you become sorrowful. That is known as dukkam. If you have dukkam, then you lose your state of mind. Sambramam, you don't know what to do. Right? So Valmiki brings the state of psychosis mindset here. Tyaja shokam cha moham cha, because shokam begins with moha and the prolonged shokam gives rise to imbalanced life. Sambramam dukkha jayam tata vyadhuya cha samtaptam. That is why I took all, if you look at our lessons, if you look at all the lectures, everything will have the title from that particular sarga. Valmiki Rachita sarga's title, Makut, will be from that. Tyaja vyadhuya shokam. It may not be in the same flow. I ka in anvay karta hu idhar udhar, but the words what we use, look at 94 titles. 80% will follow the words from that particular day's sarcha. And it will always have life management. Can you believe this? Tyaja shokam. Who knows? He tells Gita, why this shokam comes because of delusion, not attachment, not devotion. Devotion is good, whereas delusion is bad. Devotion takes you to Paramadham. Delusion takes to a state of mental agony. That is known as Sambrama. Devotion takes you to Paramapada. Delusion takes to Sambrama. Tyaja shokam cha moham cha sambramam dukkha jayam tata. Dukkha jay, dukkhat utpanna hota hai. This sambrama, state of mental agony, Vyadhuya cha santaptam santapam vanevasyasi raghava. Even if you are in the state of distress, slow, all the problems come to you. In the Middle East, you go stuck there. Like Rama was stuck in Vana, he didn't care. He will say this. He will give example. Look, I am telling the truth because I have witnessed how Janaki or Rama are spending. They are the most happy couple I have ever seen. Beautiful. In this same Shoka Sarga, such a Sringara Rasa Valmiki will pour. For Bharatanatyam, if they take this Sarga, in the first thing itself you can show Shoka. Immediately the 4 slokas net you have to show Sringara Rasa. And then you have to show Hasya. Everything in one Sarga. Tyaja Shokam cha Moham cha Sambramam Dukkajam Tata Vyaduya cha Samtap. Samtapam mane heat, sorrow. Samtapam Vane Vatsyati Raghava. Look. If you have this Sthita Prajnatvam, even if you are living in remote places like Vana, you will witness such a happiness. Lakshmanaha cha api Ramasya padau paricharan vane aradayati dharmagyaha. I told you. You may worry as a mata. That attachment, no meaning for that attachment that they are walking. Can you believe that Kausalaya says, oh look, my Rama, 24-year man and 24-year Lakshmana and 18-year-old Sita Vadhu, they are walking in the feet. Forget it, they are Dharmatma, they are seeing heaven. That's what I said. Devotion leads to Paramapada, heaven. Aradayati dharmagyaha param lokam jitendriya. Their place in the heaven is already fixed. Param lokam jitendriya. Because they know what is truth and what is false. Vijane api vane sita vasam prapya griheshu iva. She is living in a 5-star hotel, she tells me. Vijane api vane sita vasam prapya griheshu iva. Look at this. This bhava changes. Rasa changes. Visrambham labhate abhita rame samyasta manasa. Because she had given her manas samyasta manasa rame. She had given and she had taken refuge in samyasta, nyasta, samyasta. She had surrendered to Ram, so she is not afraid. Abhita. Visram, she is in a good state of mind. Whereas how Kausalya and Dasarath, Sambramam. Previous sloka, that's why I said Rasabhava changes. Previous sloka, Sambramam, agitation like Shiva Tandava, with all the drums beating like that, Drita Kalame. Now comes Vilambita Kala. So, Visrambham Labate Abhita, she just had a peaceful mindset. She settled well. She made her house. Vijane api vane sita, vasam prapya grigeshu iva. Visrambham Labate Abhita Rama, Rame, Samnyasta manasa. She had taken refuge in them. Na asya dhainyam kritam kinchit. She is not bothered about anything. Dhainyam na kinchit. She is not going to beg anything anymore. She is happy. Na asya dhainyam kritam kinchit. Susukshmam api lakshay. I am not seeing any distress in her. Na lakshay, I am not seeing. Uchita iva pravasanam vaidehi prabhati me. She is shining like a goddess. Uchita, that is the place she has to. Because why she is with her pati enjoying. Uchita iva pravasanam vaidehi pratibhati me. I am thinking like that. She is bhati. Hiranyavarnam harinim suvarna rajasasrajam chandram hiranmayim lakshmim jatavedo ma'avaha. Rigvedo. Uchita iva pravrasanam vaidehi pratibha bhati bhanti. Like Surya, Tejas, Suvarna. Nagara upavanam gatva. She, look at this Sringara Rasa. I saw them, that happy young couple, after 12 years they are enjoying their happiness. Hey Ram, what is this? What is this Nagaram? What is this? Is it a city? She is asking. 18-year-old girl, after 12 years. She had been with him for 12 years. Hey, is this a garden? Is this the Nagara upavanam gatva yatasma ramate pura. She was enjoying herself with Ram. Tataiva ramate Sita nirjaneshu aneshu api. Sita didn't care. She was full blast. Like you, when your pati went to study 10 years, you see Ramayan lives. She didn't care. Hey Ram, what is this? What is this? Is it an orchid? Do you call it a tree? She is going to ask, is it what kind of a gaja it is? Is this gaja? This such a Sringara, 5 sloka. Shoka, it begins with Shoka. Sringara rasam full Manti. Nagara upavanam gatva yatasma ramate pura tataiva ramate Sita nirjaneshu vaneshu api bala iva. She got the sense as if she was playing in the Udyan of Janakapuru, Nepal. Bala iva ramate Sita abhala chandra niba anana. Beautiful. In one sloka, he put Vyathireka. Bala, she is like a young girl, but her face is abhala chandra iva, like Paurnima, like yesterday, day before yesterday, Chitra Paurnama, Jaisa, uska mukha rag, to she is balika, but her mukha rag is like Purna Chandra, bala chandra iva balika. Beautiful. Bala iva ramate Sita, she is rejoicing herself like a 6-year-old kid. But her face was like a Purna, Abhala, Chandra, Niba, Anana. Beautiful. What can you say? That is Sanskrit. Rama, Ramehi, Adhinatma, Vijane, Rama. Rama here mane Sita. Rama, because she had taken refuge in Rama. So Rama, Rame, beautiful Sanskrit epitome here. Rama is Sita. Sita has taken refuge in Rama. Rame. So Sita, Rama is feminine. Rama has taken refuge in Rama. In Rama is Rame. Rama, Rame. You both like size. Rama, Ramehi, Adhina Atma. Adhina Atma, surrender. Dina. Adhina Atma, Vijane, Apivane, Sati. She is Sati, Mahapativrata. Bala iva rame ramate Sita abala chandra niba anana niba bhanti anana. Rama ramehi adhina atma vijane api vanes. This vana is like a pura shining. Look at her. She didn't even put this vermilion, this sindoor in her feet, but walking in the, look at this, walking in, because she had never walked, now walking in the sand and mud, make sure that her feet is already vermilion without even putting the sindoor. Can you believe this? Rishi is now talking Sringar. Rama notices, hey Sita, where did you go and get this vermilion? Where did you go and put this sindoor? Where did you get it? God gave, because I am walking. And already it is showing redness. Hey Ram. So Rama is enjoying that kind of a Sringar. 24-year-old, 18-year-old, maybe honeymoon rivet now. Anyway, Tad Ghatam Hridayam hi asya, Tat Adhinam cha Jivitam. Atma should take refuge in Paramatma. Adhinam Jivitam Ayodhya pi bhavetasya Ramahina tatavanam. She would not have liked living in Ayodhya without Rama, so Vana is better. Pariprichati Vaidehi Gramam cha Nagarani cha. Hey Ram, she beats him in the toll. Tell me, what is this, Ram? Now I have privacy. Now tell me. This Anuj is there, don't worry. Gatim Dritva Nadinam cha Padapane Vividan. She was seeing all the streams. What is this stream? Why is it flowing? That kind of a Shringar. Imagine 18-year-old girl. First time she is coming out in the world. Because she was always protected. Even Devas would not see Sita. If you look at Balakanda, they will say even Devas don't know how Sita is. Janaka protected her. So, Pariprichati Vaidehi Gramam cha Nagarani cha. Every hamlet when they go, what is this? Why people are like this? People came thronging. Gatim Dritva Nadinam cha Padapan. Padena Pipati iti Padapan. The one that eats from the root is tree, because tree eats from the root, so padem, the root, the feet for the tree is the root, so tree eats from root. So Sanskrit is such a deva bhasha, goosebump. Padena pipati iti padapan. So the only thing that eats from feet, nobody else eats from feet, tree eats from feet. So padena pipati iti padapane. So gatim drishtva nadhinam cha padapan vividanapi ramam hi lakshmanam vapi prishtva janati janaki. She asked, hey Ram. She used to call Ram. She didn't say, hey Prabhu, nothing. Hey Ram. That was the affection between them. Lakshmana Anuj. But when it comes to Lakshmana, she used to call Devarji, Anujji. But Ram, hey Ram. Ramam hi Lakshmanam vapi pritva janati. What is this? Tell me. She beats. Ayodhya kroshamatretu viraham iva samsrita. She was thinking that she is only just living in the suburb, 2 miles away from Ayodhya, but they have gone yonder. But she was rejoicing, so she didn't care. She was thinking as if she was in the suburb of Ayodhya, just 3.2 kilometer. 1 krosha is 2 mile, 2 mile is 3.2 kilometer. Yes, Ayodhya kroshamatretu viharam. Viharam mane arched garden. It is like a garden. All these are outskirts, suburban garden of Ayodhya. That is Shringar. She didn't see any difference because she was with the Pati. Prakrishtamanasa viduya shokam. If at all anybody should have shokam, it is Sita who should have had the shokam. She gave up viduya shokam. Why? Because she had taken refuge in Lord. That is where her happiness is. Prakrishtamanasa. Idameva smaramyasya sahasaiva upajalpitam. Then Sumantara is going to tell the greatest sukshma of life. But in this, what did then Kausalya asks? This is Kausalya Vilalapa. He is talking to the Mata. Then she says, Kausalya, what did my wife talk about Kausalya? Kaikeyi. Upajalpitam. Did he tell anything about Kaikeyi? She did. Because she is human. Valmiki says, this is anger, krodha. I said in this sarga, all the rasa will come. Now krodha rasa. So, Mata Sita told something. Upajalpitam. Something rambled. Idamevasma ram yasyaha sahasaiva. While this was happening, Kausalya asked, what did my daughter-in-law talk about Kaikeyi? Then Sumantara thinks, yes, Mata Sita ne said, she spilled something. Upajalpitam. Kaikeyi samsritam vakyam na hidanim pratibhati me. Then he's a good person, minister. So he curtailed telling. He was about to tell, then he said, no, don't tell things bad. That is, don't tell things which is bad. It is Satya. It's something she had said. Something she had spilled about Kaikeyi, because she is a young girl, Krodha rasa. But this mantri guarded it. Upajalpitam na pratibhatime. I don't remember. He didn't tell lies, but he's not also telling the truth. That is the thing. Satyam bruyate priyam bhuyate na bruyate satyam satya sastra. Why? Because Manu says this, if there is something truth which is going to hurt somebody, guard it. Satyam bruyat, then everything satyameva jayate, Upanishad. Satyam bruyat, you have to tell truth. As long as it is not creating unnecessary problem. Satyam bruyate, priyam bruyate, always be priya, like you. I've never seen Titibai talking, raising the voice. Listen to me. Satyam bruyate, priyam bruyate, na bruyate, satyam apriyam, na bruyate, satyam apriyam. If that satyam is apriyam, if it is not going to do harm, don't do it. Na bruyate satyam apriyam priyancha nandritam bruyate. Even if don't put all the facade and go and tell people in a nice way, putting a facade, if it is false. Don't do it. Don't tell false, putting a facade. Don't do. Priyancha nandritam. Nandritam mane asatya. Priyancha nandritam bruyate. Yesha dharma sanatana. One sarga. See, so he just guarded it. Dvamsya itvatu tadvakyam pramadarpayatu pastitam. Dvamsa, he killed itself within himself. That is the greatness of a mantri. That is the reason he was able to converse with Sanakadi rishis. Dvamsa itvatu tadvakyam. Kya vakya? Which upajalpitam, Sita ne, something she blabbered, no, about Kaikeyi, that he sucked itself. Dhyamsayitvatu tadvakyam pramadarpayatu pastitam. Pramadat, because it has to be neglected. It was about to come from his lip, but he neglected it. Hridanam, Hladanam, Hradanam, Vachanam, Suto, Devya, Maduram Abravid. Because its duty is to tell good things to Devamata. And beautifully, this itself is Sastra Sarcha, both Rama Sharma of Tilaka Vyakhyana, Sivasahaya of Shiromani Vyakhyana, Govindaraja of Bhushana Vyakhyana say, why did they do that? Because this lady was old. This lady was about to give her life. Why should he go and tell something which this Pavitravati lady, she doesn't even want to hear anything bad about people. So Sumantara did what Shastra say. He curtailed himself. Haladanam vachanam sutaha. Then he gave soothing words. Vadanyaha. Because he was Vadanyaha. One is very benevolent and one is known to speak sweet. Haladanam vachanam sutaha devya maduram abravit. He just softened her. Advana vata vegena sambramena atapena cha nahi gacchati vaidehya chandramshu sadrishi prabha. Hey Mata, I'm going to tell, she is nothing like Mahalakshmi. So even scorching heat, atapa, scorching heat didn't do. Even the West Texas wind didn't do. Advana in the forest, vata vega vata, the swift wind didn't do any harm to her. Nahi gacchati vaidehya, it doesn't go near her. She didn't care. Sadrisham shatapatrasya purna chandra Upama, she was blossoming like a lotus. Lotus has lot of petals, so it is known as Sadapatra. 100 peel, no? Like onion. So, Shatapatra Purna Chandra Upama Prabha Vadanam Tat Vadanya Vaidehyana Vikampate Vadanya. Even in that stretch, she was benevolent. She was talking so beautifully. Vashi Vadanya Gunavane, like Pati Jaisa. Alakata Rasa Rakta Bhava. Alakata Rasa Varjita. Alakata Mane, this Sindur. Alakata Varjita P. Even though she did not wear that sindur, alakta rasa rakta abhavat, it was as if her feet was all with full of effulgence, full of that sindur. But in reality, alakta rasa varjita sringar. I noticed no other part he will tell. This is important because she is Mata. They could have given Varnana of their entire body. Both Lakshmana and Sumantara. Valmiki is very careful. When he describes Sita by these people, only feet, they will say that Nupuram Anujanami, I don't know anything. Rama asks, hey Ram, hey Lakshman. Sugriva brings a lot of ornaments. So he brings a lot of ornaments and to identify, hey, look at this, I'm not, hey Lakshmana, I'm so in anguish, I cannot see which is Sita's ornament, would you see? So this guy gives the waistband and ankle and all the thing. Then he falls at the feet of Rama. Hey, brata, what do I do? Na janami. I don't know anything. Pada nupurameva janami. All I know is only the pada nupur, the anklet of Ma. You are asking me to look at this, so I am helpless. That's the only time Lakshmana said, I can't. I give up. That was that. Here also, Sumantara only describes the feet. Alakta rasa rakta bhava alakta rasa varjita adyapi charanau tasya padma kosha samaprabhav. Because you have taken refuge in Sita Mata ki charan to itna varnan karta mukta sang. Alakta rasa rakta bhava alakta rasa abhava. It is like as if wearing the sindur vermilion, whereas she actually did not wear. Alakta rasa varjita adyapi. Even if I think now after 5 days, that is the feet of Mata is only to me. Adyapi charanau tasya padma kosha samaprabha. As if like a lotus petal. Nupura udgushtale hela iva kelam gacchati bhavini. I have seen the young girl jumping on the stones among streams with her anklet, making sound. Nupura udgushta hela hala hala yuta. It makes sound. In Bhagavata it will come. When Nrsimha avatar mein hala hala yuta stambhe sabhayam madhye. In Bhagavata sloka you would have learned that. Nupura udgushta, making sound like hala hala, because that is Nupura. Nupura udgushta hela iva kelam gacchati bhamini. Sweet girl. She was dancing with her anklet. Nupura udgushta hela iva kelam gacchati bhamini. Idanim api vaidehi tatraganyasta bhushana. She had given all her ornaments. Nyasta Bhushana, because she was in madly love with Ram. She didn't care. All she had was only this ankle. Nyasta Bhushana, given up all the Bhushana. Raga, because she was attached in such a mesmerized affection towards Rama. Idanim api Vaidehi tatraga Nyasta Bhushana. Gajam va vikshya simham va vyagram va vanamasrita naharayati samstrasam bahu ramasya samsrita. As long as she is being taken care by Rama, in the previous sarga both Rama and Sita are taken care by Lakshmana Bahu. Whereas here, as long as Sita is taken care by the Bahu of Ram, she didn't care. Gajam va vikshya simham va vyagram va vanamasrita naharayati samstrasam. She is not afraid. Naharayati samstrasam. She didn't care. Bahu ramasya samsrita. Alingan. As long as she is being alingan by Rama, she didn't care. Na shochya. We'll finish with this. Gita ends. Na shochya. Don't worry. You should not worry about things. You should not vidhuya shokam na sochya ashocya avan asanvasochatvam prajnavadamsha bhashase. But he is a prajnavada. Sumantara is na sochya te. Don't worry about them because they are paramapita. Atma, even don't worry about us because he is going to protect dharma. That is what he had come. Yoni yono pita putrena pitruman yoni yono kataka ved. So na sochya te mane de. They don't worry about them. Nacha atma te sochya. Even Raja, you should not worry because his time has come and gone. Nacha api janavadipati idam hi charitam loke. This story, trust me. See, he is a great pragna. He is a great Purohit, Purovachakaha. So he says this story, the separation of Ram from parents and from Ayodhya is going to ever last. Brahma told before. But he is telling, because I have witnessed this. Idam hi charitam loke pratishtasyati shashvatam. This story, the separation, the story, Ramayana is nothing but separation, always separation. Separation from mother and father, separation from Ayodhya, separation from wife, permanently separation from wife, then permanent separation from Lakshmana. All were gone, only Rama was lost. Even Lakshmana went about before him. Okay, so na shochya na cha atma te shochya napi na janadipaha. Don't worry about Dasaratha. He is going to moksha. His time has come and gone. Idam, this story, you should be proud of yourself. Danyaho janani. Idam hi charitam loke pratishtasyati shaswatam. Idam hi charitam loke pratishyashtati shaswatam. This is such a shuddha katha. Kirtanadeva Ramasya Mukta Sangaha Paramam Rajet Pavamana Sudurupatu Padara Vindamulaku Ninama Rupamulaku Nitya Jaya Mangalam Mangalam Kausalendraya Maganiya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Bolo Siyamara Ramachandra Ji Ki Jai.